Trash, man. What up, everybody? Shalom, everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Rise in scripts, baby. Rise up. Rise up. Get up. Get on up. Get up out your bed. Open your eyes and get up on your legs. Get on up and get up out your bed. Just rise in scripts. It's time for rise and scripts. Oh, get out your bed. So get on up. Let's rise and do scripts. What up, everybody? Shalom, shalom, man. It's time for rise and scripts, man. We're about to pick back up in Second ESDRAS, chapters 4, 5, and 6, man. And see what the business is. See what the business is with ESDRAS, man. ESDRAS was having a talk with God, and Moses was telling them how wicked them people had been, and ESDRAS was praying for them. Oh, Lord, look at the wickedness our people have. Show mercy upon us. Who have not sinned, and who has kept thy commandments and ordinance? Nobody but Israel. Even though we did it wickedly. Show mercy upon us. And he was telling them how they killed the prophets. And they're going to have to pay for that. They're going to have to pay for that. But I hope everybody slept well last night. I did. I wish I could remember all my dreams, but I did. Man. That pretty lengthy chapter 4, 5, and 6 gonna be pretty lengthy, man. When you come on in, hit the chat, let me know the chat working. Like, comment, subscribe, share, tell your people, man, we out here reading the scriptures. We reading the scriptures today. The sun just coming up. It is starting to go good. Chapter 4. Before we read, let's go over the books of the Bible, man. Who were the progenitors? Who were the progenitors that the scriptures continually speak of? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We got high holy days that the Bible speaks of. Easter ain't one of them. Christmas not one of them. Arbor Day, not one of them. What else? St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, none of them. But there are holy days or holidays, but holy days that the scriptures speak of, like Purim, memorial blowing the trumpets, of the day of Simon, Passover, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The Feast of the First Fruits, which is Pentecost. Memorial blowing the trumpets. I said that. The Day of Atonement. Feast of Tabernacles. Feast of Dedication. The destruction of Nicanor. The new moons. The Sabbath days. These are days that we should be celebrating instead of celebrating the things that are given to us within our captivities, or by your, within your captivities, things that you picked up along the way, things that we chose, even the churches perpetuate. That's why you have to read for yourself. This is one of the reasons you have to read for yourself. Search out the things that you are doing and see if the things that you're doing is what it is. Is it what you can, or is it what you can't? Is it what it is, or is it what it ain't? These are the things you need to figure out. These are the things you need to figure out, man. Men and women. What we can and what we can't, and what it is and what it ain't. That's what we're here to figure out as we read through the scriptures. Let's go through the books of the Bible. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and there's a lot of them. 88 for right now. There's more than that, but 88 is what you have. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, no, Song of Solomon, Ezekiel. I was right. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, 1 Esdras, 2 Esdras, which we're going to finish jumping into. 2 Esdras, chapter 4 through 6. 2 Esdras, Tobit, Judith, the rest of Esther, the wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, Baruch, the song of the song of the three holy children, history of Susanna, the destruction of Baal and the dragon, the prayer of Manasseh, 1 Maccabees, 2 Maccabees, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians. I think I messed it up. Nope, I was right. 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Jude, and Revelations. And the key is to try to get them all without having to look. But, I've had to glance a couple of times. Sometimes I can get them all the way through. Sometimes I can get them all the way through. But the objective is to not do it sometimes, but to make sure you have it. To get them all the way through. Know your stuff. Study to show yourself approved is what the scripture says. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needed not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. 2 Timothy 2 and 15. And where's the things that are written aforetime and written for our learning? Things written aforetime were written for our learning, scripture. Romans 15:4. Thought I had it written down already. For whatever things were written before were written for our learning, that we through the patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Might have hope. I need to write that one down. Somewhere. I need to write that one down. So that's what we're going to do. See what was written aforetime. Read what was written aforetime. So that we might have hope. So we might have hope, baby. But before we do that, we're going to blow up the trumpets, man. We're going to blow up the trumpet. And when you do, if you ever get you a trumpet and when you blow your trumpet, man, it shouldn't be hard. It's not like you're trying to... It's not like you're trying to do that. It shouldn't be like you're trying to do that. It should be an easy thing. Oh, I'm messing up. Yeah, it's not a hard thing. This is about how you hold your lips. You got to blow like an elephant. If you can do that, then you can blow the trumpet. If you can do that, then you can blow the trumpet. Man, I was in that garden again yesterday. Oh, praises, man. I got some beans down, some more peppers, some more watermelons down, some more corn, some cilantro, some onions, some chives. We gonna see, man. I put some stuff down yesterday, man. I hope it all grows. Oh, I got 3 more rows. 3 more rows in a mound. Husbandry. You never know. There's a lot of things you should do for yourself. Grow your own food, read your own scriptures, build your own shit. You know, learn stuff, learn things, and use the knowledge that you know. Let's go. 2nd ESDRAS. Let's jump into it. 2nd ESDRAS chapter 4. 2nd ESDRAS chapter 4. And the angel was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, and gave me an answer, and said, Thy heart hath gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High? Which a lot of people do. A lot of people think they can comprehend the way of the Most High. Then said I, Yea, my Lord. And he answered me and said, I am sent to show thee 3 ways, and to set forth 3 similitudes before thee, whereof, if thou canst declare me one, I will show thee also the way that thou desirest to see, and I shall shew thee from whence the wicked heart cometh. And I said, Tell on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, Go thy way, weigh me the weight of the fire, or measure me the blast of the wind, or call me again the day that is past. Then answered I and said, What man is able to do that? Well, they measure the wind today. I'm not sure about the weight of fire, but I'm thinking they could. I know they know the heat. Or call me again the day that is past. I don't know if they can do that yet. They say they can time travel. I don't know. Then answered I and said, What man is able to do that thou shouldest ask such things of me? And he said unto me, If I should ask thee how great dwellings are in the midst of the sea, or how many springs are in the beginning of the deep, or how many springs, are above the firmament, or which are the outgoings of paradise, peradventure thou wouldest say unto me, I never went down into the deep, nor as yet into hell, neither did I ever climb up into heaven. Nevertheless, now have I asked thee but only of the fire and wind, and of the day wherethrough thou hast passed, and of the things from which thou canst not be separated, and yet canst thou give me no answer of them? He said moreover unto me, Thine own things and such are as grown up with thee. Canst thou not know? How should thy vessel then be able to comprehend the way of the highest, and the world being now outwardly corrupted? Understand the corruption that is evident in my sight. Then said I unto him, It were better that we were not at all, than that we should live still in wickedness, and to suffer, and not to know wherefore. He answered me and said, I went into the forest, into a plain, and the trees took counsel, and said, Come, let us go and make war against the sea, that it may depart away before us, and that we may make us more woods. The floods of the sea also in like manner took counsel and said, Come, let us go up and subdue the woods of the plain, that there may also we may make us another country. The thought of the wood was in vain, for the fire came and consumed it. The thought of the floods of the sea came likewise to naught, for the sand stood up and stopped them. If there weren't judge now betwixt these two, whom wouldest thou begin to justify? Or whom wouldest thou condemn? I answered and said, Verily, it is a foolish thought that they both have devised. For the ground is given unto the wood, and the sea also hath his place to bear his floods. Then answered he me, and said, Thou hast given a right judgment, but why judgest thou not thyself also? For like as the ground is given into the wood, unto the wood, and the sea to his floods, even so they that dwell upon the earth may understand nothing but that which is upon the earth. And he that dwelleth above the heavens may only understand the things that are above, the height of the heavens. Then answered I and said, I beseech thee, O Lord, let me have understanding. For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things. Let me mark that. That is a scripture in Ecclesiastes about not thinking of things too high of thee. I need to find it. Do not think of things too high for thee in Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus 3:21. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee, neither seek the things that are above thy strength. Sirach 3:21. For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things, but of such as pass by us daily, namely, wherefore Israel is given up as a reproach to the heathen, and for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto ungodly nations, and why the law for our forefathers is brought to naught, and the written covenants come to none effect. And we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers, and our life is astonishment and fear, and we are not worthy to obtain mercy. What will he then do unto his name whereby we are called? As these things have I asked. Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown but not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. For the grain of evil seed hath been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness had it brought up unto this time, and how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come. Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed had brought forth. A lot. And when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill? Then I answered and said, How and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are our years few and evil? And he answered me, saying, Do not thou hasten above the Most Highest, for thy haste is in vain to be above him, for thou hast much exceeded. Did not the souls also of the righteous ask questions of these things in the chambers, saying, How long shall I hope on this fashion? And when cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer. and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until they say it, until the said measure be fulfilled. Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, even we all are full of impiety. And for our sakes, peradventure, it is that the floors of the righteous are not filled because of the sins of them that dwell upon the earth. So he answered me and said, Go thy way to a woman with child, and ask of her when she had fulfilled her 9 months, if her womb may keep the birth any longer within her. Then said I, No, Lord, that can she not. And he said unto me, In the grave the chambers of souls are like the womb of a woman. For like as a woman that travaileth maketh haste to escape the necessity of the travail, even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them. From the beginning, look what thou desirest to see. It shall be shewed thee. And then answered I and said, If I have found favor in thy sight, and if it be possible, and if I be meet therefore, shew me then whether there be more to come than is past, or more past than is to come. What is the past, I know. But what is for to come, I know not. And how I said, and he said unto me, Stand up upon the right side, and I shall expound the similitude unto thee. So I stood and saw, and behold, a hot burning oven passed by before me. And it happened that when the flame was gone by, I looked, and behold, the smoke remained still. And there passed by before me a watery cloud, and sent down much rain with a storm. And when the stormy rain was past, the drops remained still. Then said he unto me, Consider with thyself, as the rain is more than the drops, and as the fire is greater than the smoke. Both the drops and the smoke remain behind, so the quantity which is past did more exceed. Then I prayed and said, May I live? Thinkest thou until that time, or what shall happen in those days? He answered me and said, As for the tokens whereof thou askest me, I may tell thee of them in part. But as touching thy life, I am not sent to show thee, for I do not know it. Chapter 5. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number. And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, and that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly. But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day. Let me mark that. But if the highest grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet, the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day. I wonder what that means. The moon 3 times in the day. I can understand the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night. Put a question mark by it. Question. Shalom, Haitian Red. Shalom. What it is. The blood shall drop out of wood, and the stone shall give his voice, and the people shall be troubled. That's still another part of it. And even he shall rule, whom they look not for that dwell upon the earth. And the fowls shall take their flight away together. And the Sodomitish sea shall cast out fish, and make a noise in the night, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. The Sodomitish sea shall cast out fish. Ain't a lot of fish running from shit now? There shall be a confusion also in many places, and a fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mischievous women shall bring forth monsters. And salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself out of his secret chambers, and shall be brought and sought of many, and yet not be found. And then shall up unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. One land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say, no. At the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. To shew thee such tokens I have leave. And if thou wilt pray again, and weep as now, and fast 7 days, thou shalt hear yet greater things. All right, so you gotta fast and pray and cry for 7 days if you want to hear some more. It's like and the next time on Dragon Ball Z. That was chapter 5, verse 4. Chapter 5, 2nd ESDRAS, chapter 5, verse 4. You got to wait 7 days for the next episode. What do you got to do? And if thou wilt pray again, and weep as now, and fast 7 days, thou shalt hear yet greater things. Then I awakened, and an extreme fearfulness went through all my body, and my mind was troubled, so that I fainted. So the angel that was come to talk with me held me, comforted me, and set me up upon my feet. And in the second night it came to pass that Salathiel, the captain of the people, came unto me, saying, where hast thou been? And why is thy countenance so heavy? Knowest thou not that Israel is committed unto thee in the land of their captivity? Up then, and eat bread, and forsake us not, as the shepherd that leaveth his flock in the hands of cruel wolves. Then said I unto him, go thy way from me, and come not nigh me. And he heard what I said, and went from me. And so I fasted 7 days, mourning and weeping, like as Uriel the angel commanded me. And after 7 days, so it was, that the thought of my heart were very grievous unto me again. And my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and I began to talk with the Most High again, and said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine. These are all the things the Most High like. This is his favorites. And of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily. And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river. And of all the builded cities, thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself. And of all the fowls that are created there, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep. And among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people, whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. And now, O Lord, why hast thou given this one people over unto many? And upon the one root hast thou prepared others? And why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many? And they which did gainsay thy promises and believe not thy covenants have trodden them down. And if thou didst so much hate thy people, yet shouldest thou punish them with thine own hands? Now when I had spoken these words, the angel that came to me the night afore was sent unto me, and said unto me, Hear me, and I will instruct thee. Hearken to the things that I say, and I shall tell thee more. And he said, and I said, Speak on, my Lord. Then said he unto me, Thou art sore troubled in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them? And I said, No, Lord, but of very grief have I spoken. For my vein pains, for my reins pain me every hour, while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High, and to seek out part of his judgment. And he said unto me, Thou canst not. And I said, Wherefore, Lord? Whereunto was I born then? Or why was not my mother's womb then my grave, that I might not have seen the travail of Jacob and the worrisome toil of the stock of Israel? And he said unto me, Number me the things that are not yet come. Gather me together the drops that are scattered abroad. Make me the flowers green again that are withered. Open me the places that are closed, and bring me forth the winds that in them are shut up. Shew me the image of a voice, and then I will declare to thee the things that thou laborest to know. I think they can show the image of a voice today. I think they can do that. Who am I, though? Who am I? And I said, O Lord, that bearest rule, who may know these things? But he that hath not his dwelling with men. As for me, I am unwise. How may I then speak of these things whereof thou askest me? Then said he unto me, Like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so canst thou not find out my judgment, or in the end the love that I have promised unto my people. And I said, Behold, O Lord, yet art thou nigh unto them that be reserved till the end. And what shall they do that have been before me, or we that be now, or they that shall come after us? And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. So I answered and said, Couldest thou not make those that have been made and be now, and that are for to come at once, that thou mightest shew thy judgment the sooner? Then answered he me and said, the creature may not haste above the maker, neither may the world hold them at once, that shall be created therein. And I said, as thou hast said unto thy servant, that thou, which givest life to all, hast given life at once to the creature that thou hast created, and the creature bear it. Even so, it may now also bear them that now be present at once. And he said unto me, ask the womb of the woman, and say unto her, if thou bringest forth children, why dost thou, if not together, but one after another? And pray her, therefore, to bring forth 10 children at once. And I said, she cannot, but must do it by distance of time. Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth to those that be sown in it in their time. For like as a young child may not bring forth the things that belong to the aged, even so have I disposed the world which I created. And I asked and said, seeing that thou hast now given me the way, I will proceed to speak before thee. For our mother, of whom thou hast told me that she is young, and draweth now nigh unto age. He answered me and said, ask a woman that beareth children, and she shall tell thee. Say unto her, wherefore are not they whom thou hast now brought forth like those that were before, but less of stature? And she shall answer thee, they that be born in the strength of my youth are one fashion, and they that be born in the time of age when the womb faileth are otherwise. Consider thou therefore also. It's a difference. It's a difference between the women who are born, between the children who are born when a woman is young, and a difference between the children who are born to a woman who is aged. It is the difference. Saith unto her, wherefore it not they whom thou hast now brought forth like those that were before, but less of stature? And she shall answer thee, they that be born in the strength of youth are of one fashion, and they that are born in time of age, when the womb faileth, are otherwise. Consider thou therefore also how that ye are less of stature than those that were before you. You're not like Abraham. You're not like them. Them boys had a different thing. You're not like David and Solomon. You're not like them. They was different, just like y'all different. And so are they that come after you less than thee, as are the creatures which now begin to be old and have passed over the strength of youth. Then said I, Lord, I beseech thee, if I have found favor in thy sight, shew thy servant by whom thou visitest thy creatures. Chapter 6. Last chapter. Or last chapter we're going to read today. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, and or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, and the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question, ESDRAS, asked thou not. I answered then and said, O Lord that bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight, I beseech thee, shew thy servant the end of thy tokens, and whereof thou shewedst me part the last night. So he answered and said unto me, stand up upon thy feet, and hear a mighty sounding voice. And it shall be as it were a great motion, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved. And therefore, when I speakest, be not afraid, for the word is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood. And why? Because the speech of these things trembleth and is moved, for it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. Behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters. Christ's voice was like the sound of many waters. I think it's in Revelations. Yeah, Revelations 1 and 15. Revelations 1 verse 15.
In Revelation chapter 1 verse 15, John describes Jesus' feet as like burnished bronze, as if they had been refined in a furnace.
The imaginary or the imagery suggests purification, refinement, and as strong, enduring quality. His voice was like the roar of many waters. Revelation 1 and 15. Revelations 1 verse 15. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I shew them tokens, the books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. The children of a year old shall speak with their voices, The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountains shall stand still. And in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. Ooh, that's a lot to man, that's a lot to whoever gonna live through that. And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which hath been so long without fruit shall be declared. And when he talked with me, behold, I looked by little and little upon him before whom I stood. And these words said he unto me, I am come to shew thee the time of the night to come. And if thou wilt pray yet more, and fast 7 days again, I shall tell thee greater things by day than I have heard. Excuse me. Another time, let me go ahead and, where was that the first time? First time. If thou wilt pray yet more, and fast 7 days again, I shall tell thee greater things by day than I have heard. Second time. For thy voice is heard before the Most High. For the Mighty hath seen thy righteous dealing, and he hath seen also thy chastity, which thou hast had ever since thy youth. And therefore hath he sent me to show thee all these things, and to say unto thee, be of good comfort and fear not. And hasten not with the times that are past, to think vain things, that thou mayest not hasten from the latter times. And it came to pass after this that I wept again and fasted 7 days in like manner, that I might fulfill the 3 weeks which he told me. And in the 8th night was my heart vexed within me again, and I began to speak before the Most High. For my spirit was greatly set on fire, and my soul was in distress. And I said, O Lord, thou speakest from the beginning of the creation, even the first day, and saidest thus, let heaven and earth be made, and thy word was a perfect work. Then was the spirit of darkness and silence where were on every side, and the sound of man's voice was not yet formed. Then commandest thou a fair light to come forth of thy treasures, that thy work might appear. And upon the 2nd day, thou madest the spirit of the firmament, and commandest it to part asunder, and to make a division betwixt the waters, that the one part might go up, and the other remain beneath. Upon the 3rd day, thou didst command that the waters should be gathered in the 7th part of the earth. 6 parts hast thou dried up, and kept them, and to the intent that of these some being planted of God and tilled might serve thee. For as soon as thy word went forth, the work was made. For immediately there was great and innumerable fruit, and many and diverse pleasures for the taste, and flowers of unchangeable color, and odors of wondrous smells. And this was done the third day. And upon the fourth day thou commandest the sun should shine, and the moon give her light, and the stars should be in order, and gavest them a charge to do service unto man that was to be made. And upon the fifth day thou saidest unto the seventh part, where the waters were gathered, that it should bring forth living creatures, fowls and fishes, and so it came to pass. For the dumb water and without life brought forth living things at the commandment of God, that all people might praise thy wondrous works. Then didst thou ordain two living creatures. One thou calledest Enoch, and the other Leviathan. I wonder if Enoch is Enoch Behemoth? Is Enoch Behemoth? That's another name. And didst separate the one from the other, and for the seventh part, namely, where the waters were gathered together, might not hold them both. Unto Enoch thou gavest one part, which was dried up the third day, that he should dwell in the same part, wherein are the 1,000 hills. Where is that? Wherein are the 1,000 hills? But unto Leviathan thou gavest the seventh part, namely the moist, and hast kept him to be devoured of whom thou wilt and when. And upon the sixth day thou gavest commandment unto the earth, that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creeping things. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? And how long shall this endure? That was 2nd ESDRAS chapters 4 through 6. We're going to stop there at chapter 7. We're going to stop there at chapter 7. ESDRAS has some questions. ESDRAS has some questions, man. You know, if a person was given the chance to ask questions like ESDRAS was, would their questions be thought out? Would their questions be so thought out? Oh, man. That, you know, the question like Uriel had asked ESDRAS about, you know, do you think of your people more highly than you think of the Most High? Would that be the question that would be asked? Or would the question of a person's pride? You have the audacity to ask that. Out of all the things you could ask, you have the audacity. You know, I think a lot of people would ask selfish stuff. Even though ESDRAS asked some stuff about himself, you know, why am I here then? Why was I born then? You know, because of these things, because of such and such. But a lot of questions that he asked was about Israel. Why is Israel like this? Why do they sin? Why, if you know, why not end it now? Why do they have to keep being born of wickedness or keep having wickedness? Why can't they just get their shit together? Oh man. You know, most of us, when I say most of us, I mean people in general. Most people don't read. Most people don't even read the scriptures to even let alone know some of the things that Esdras knew. Even though a lot of the stuff that, you could tell, especially like when I'm reading the Sabbath class, or the not Sabbath class, the Sabbath reading. When I do the Sabbath readings, and we were in Kings, the book of First Kings and Second Kings, and even in the book of First Chronicle, it kept saying how evil they did. They did evil in the sight of the Lord. They did evil. And once again, they did evil, and they did evil, and he did evil as his father did. And he did wickedly. It was not many that did right in the sight of the Lord. Yeah, it was some, but it wasn't many. It was not many compared to the ones that did evil at that time. You got your twos and fews. But there's more people who wanted to follow the wickedness of the world, the wickedness of the other nations. They wanted to be like them instead of keeping their ordinances and the laws and the statutes and the commandments and the judgments and the way of righteousness, or what is said to be righteousness. That's why I say normally, you got to choose ye this day. We all have choices to choose, man. You could choose to be right or on the right side of things, or you can choose to be on the wrong side of things. Even if you feel like, man, ain't nobody perfect. All right, yeah, nobody is perfect. Well, I mean, it's been, according to the scriptures, it's been people perfect, but you could be perfect in the things you did on a daily. You might not be perfect every day, but you can add up the numbers to how many days you were perfect. But how do you be perfect? By knowing what you need to do. That's first and foremost. Know what you need to do and do those things. Some shit is harder than others, but you choose to be wrong. Why not choose to be right? When you're doing some wrong shit, but you do it anyway. We do it anyway. I've done it anyway. I know when I done been in some pussy I wasn't supposed to be in. But I did it anyway. Like a dummy, I did it anyway. And I gotta pay the price for that, I gotta pay the price for that. I can't be mad when I get what I get, or when I've gotten what I've gotten. I can't be mad. I can't be mad. And if I am going to be mad, I can only be mad at myself because I knew better. I knew better. I knew better when I was doing it. But I allowed my lust and my flesh to be stronger than the thought of the judgment or recompense that'll come from me doing it. According to the scriptures, many of us that would get death. If they were still knocking people off like they was in the Old Testament, hey, man, a lot of us deserve death. I'd have died a long time ago. I'd have been killed a long time ago. The penalty for messing with another man's wife is death. And growing up as a young man, I mess with a lot of men's wives. I mess with men's wives unknowingly, and I mess with men's wives knowingly. The penalty is death. The penalty would have been both of us had to die. Man, so, I know for sure I would have been deserving of death from back then. Despite how I was raised. I could, you could blame it on your surroundings. Well, everybody, that's the thing. That's what everybody do. You know, shit. Everybody sleeping with everybody. You know, yeah, you can say that, but you have a choice. You don't have to sleep with everybody just because everybody's sleeping with everybody. It's like you don't have to jump off the bridge just because everybody else is jumping off the bridge. It was some things I could say, you know, when I was a child, just as the scripture say, when I was a child, I did childish things. I did. I followed the crowd many days when I shouldn't have. I jumped off that bridge many times when I shouldn't have. I don't do it as much now. I don't follow the crowd as much now, but it doesn't mean that I still don't fuck up. It doesn't mean that shit still ain't hard, you know, because it can be. Shit can be. That's why you have to figure out, you know, part of your journey and trials is figuring out how to control yourself. You know what you struggle with. You know what you struggle with. You know what's hard for you. And sometimes maybe it can be easy. Those things is easy for other people. Maybe you struggle with being nice to somebody or just being humble, polite, respectful. Maybe you struggle with lust. Maybe you struggle with certain vices, which can be hard for some people. But, you know, it's up to you. Each of us have to choose on a daily what we're going to choose to do. And some days it's going to be better than others. But you can't give up just because you fucked up one day. Oh, I quit. Oh, I done fucked up. I quit. You can't be like that. As long as you have breath to breathe, you have what you need to succeed. You have all you need to succeed. It is there. It is there. You have all you need to succeed. You just got to succeed. You have to push yourself to succeed. And the more you succeed, a lot of times the easier it'll become. That's why I say succeed at little. If you keep succeeding at little, then you can work your way up and succeed at big. Succeed when it counts. Succeed. I succeeded in reading today. I succeeded. And I'm going to try to keep succeeding on a daily to read at least a little bit. Read. And if I don't read for myself, I have the chance of being deceived. No matter what it is I read, whether it be about history or the scriptures, because people can tell you anything. Christopher Columbus found America. Shit. Man, that's not what that book say. That book say people was here. How he found somewhere people was? People was here already? I don't think he found it. You know, people can lie to you. Things, you know, their propaganda lie to you, but it's up to you. What they say, misery loves company. Misery loves company. You know? And they want some company. Come on in. Misery. Don't go, baby. Don't do it. Don't go into the light, Caroline. It's misery in there. Don't do it. Don't go into that light. But you have the chance to be right. You know, you have the chance to be right. If you read and see that, like I say, what you can and what you can't, what it is and what it ain't. Do what you can and don't do what you can't, and you'll be right. If you do that on the daily, the more you do it, the easier it'll become, because it'll be like second nature, or it can be like second nature. You can develop it like second nature. You can develop it the same way you can develop any skill. It's a skill. It's a skill. You know, it's a skill at doing wickedness. Some people good at that shit. They good at lying. They good at stealing. They experts. You know, you could be an expert in being right. and doing what's right. You can be an expert. It's just gonna take time, like with anything. Take time, practice, learning. You gotta open a book. There's books on stealing. There's books on pickpocketing. There's books on scamming. There's books on all type of shit. Whatever you want to learn, is books on it. There's some shit you gotta take the time to learn it. There's books on it. But if you want to be right, there's books on that too. And you have to take the time to learn it. It's on you. You can be better. You can be better. I can be better. And once I made up my mind to say I want to be better, then it's actions that need to come. It's actions that need to come with it. Yeah. What choices am I going to choose? You got people watching you, man. It's not just the Most High. The Most High, yeah. I mean, okay, for those who, not everybody believe in the Most High. Not everybody believe that. Okay, fine. You don't believe in that. But you still have other people watching. You have children. Your children are watching you. Your family, your relatives, they're watching you. A hater watching you. I hate that he do good every day. Oh, I hate him. Let him hate on that shit. Let him hate on that shit. Because then when you fall, they're gonna laugh and rejoice at your failures. But your children, for me, the biggest thing was my sons. For me, the biggest things was my sons and what they see. Because I know that they was going to imitate. And I'm trying to give them a better vision, a better image. I had good images, maybe not of my father, but my grandfathers, my grandparents, I would say on both sides, gave me good images. They gave me good imagery, and they also told me to make good choices, even though I didn't listen. They told me stuff that I didn't believe or I didn't understand. But as I got older and I began to experience more things, I began to understand more things. I began to see more things and realize that, it ain't what I thought it was as a child. That's for sure. It ain't that. And now that I have children, I don't want them seeing me doing certain things, because I don't want them to do those certain things. But I want them to, so them seeing me read, whether it be the Bible or scriptures or just regular books, I want them to see me read so they can read. I want them to see me working on stuff so they can have it in their mind to work on stuff. I want them to see me building stuff so they can understand that they don't always have to go buy or reach out for or to try to keep up with the Joneses. Being content with what you have, taking care of what you have, building certain morals in them, loving them, hugging them, asking how they are, showing a certain attention to them, growing stuff in the garden together. You have all you need to succeed is what I'm trying to teach them. You have it. You have it in you. Not everybody gonna like what you got, but it's there. Not everybody might not like the way you do things, but you have what you need to succeed. Just because they didn't make the choices to succeed don't mean that you can't or don't have to go the route they did. Yeah, I fucked up. I'll tell them I fucked up many times, but you don't have to fuck up like me. Be better than me, and I can be a better me. You be better than me, and I can continue to be a better me. As long as I have breath to breathe, every day I open my eyes, I can be a better me. And you can be a better me. And I can help train that. I can help nurture that. So I'm going to take the time that I have with them, and all praises for all the time I've had with them since the day they were born. All praises I've been able to be there. Many fathers have not been able to be there. All praises I have been. Because there's many of my children that I have not been able to be there from the time they were born. But I'm going to take advantage of my sons that I have been able to be there for. It's so much more. You know, I don't know how much time I got. None of us know. Tomorrow is not promised to no man. The next 5 minutes not promised to no man. But you need to take advantage of whatever time you have. Don't waste it. Don't waste the time. Show them the things that you need to show now. Make the changes you need to make now. How will you be remembered? I want to leave them, you know, in good standings. I want to leave them with as much knowledge as I can leave them, as much examples as I can leave them, so they don't be distracted or so easily, let me say, so easily distracted. So they don't be so easily distracted from their greatness. So they don't allow their greatness to be pulled out from underneath them like a rug. Or so they don't dig their own ditches too deep. Everybody gonna dig themselves a hole, but some of you can get out of that hole and fill it right back in and close it up, pack it down, and grow some shit out that hole. It'll be beautiful. Look at that tree I put in that hole. I got oranges now, peaches, plums. But we all got to do our job. We all have a job to do. We all have a job to do. So choose ye wisely. Choose ye wisely on a daily basis. Choose ye wisely. What shall you do? What shall you do? And if you find out what you can do, it makes it easier to know what shall you do. What shall I do? I'm going to do the shit I'm supposed to do. I'll do the shit I can do. I'm going to work. I'm going to, you know, if a man don't work, he don't eat, baby. Yeah, teach them about good hard work, you know, perseverance. They be out there working in the yard. Women be like, Dad, when we gonna be done? Till when we done? That's when we gonna be done. When we done. And that's why I don't want to play around. I want to get it done so we can be done. And then after we done, then we can sit down and relax. Then we can rest. Then we can get a reward if it need be. We done. We did it. We succeeded. We succeeded. We worked hard for it. They all praises. We work hard for it. Man, it's a lot to think of. It's a lot to ponder. Like ESDRAS. ESDRAS is pondering all type of shit, man. Make your heart weary, make you feel distressed, you know. I can see why ESDRAS was doing that. My heart get distressed definitely thinking about my sons. I think about my sons the way I believe ESDRAS thought about Israel. Because they gotta live in this dumb shit, man. They gotta be in this shit. When you're not here, they gotta fight what come after you. The wickedness that's gonna be a greater wickedness than of the time past. They gotta fight that. And they gotta be strong enough to fight it. Otherwise, they'll get swept up, swept away. And I don't want that to happen to mine. I don't want mine to get swept away in the humbug, the tomfoolery, the shenanigans of those who don't mind being swept the fuck away. Hey, but that was a Rise in Scripts, man. That was a Rise in Scripts, man. I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Everybody who liked the live. Oh man, I don't know if it's gonna rain, but I guess I gotta go. I guess I gotta go. Get up and go water my plants right quick, so the ones that I put down yesterday can germinate. Go water the ones that, man, so we can see increase, man. I'm gonna have definitely a bigger. I still got 3 rows to till. I still got 3 rows to turn and till. I don't even know what I'm gonna plant on them rows. I know one row I want to do sweet potatoes. I want to do sweet potatoes 1 row. Sweet potatoes. I still got, we'll see. Yeah, I want to do sweet potatoes on 1 row. I want to do some lettuce. Definitely want to do some lettuce because I eat a lot of salad. Whatever I eat, that's what I'm planting. Whatever I eat, for sure, I want to plant. I definitely want to do like celery. I need to plant some celery. I need to plant some. I got some spinach growing already, but I need to make sure I get it growing. I got tomatoes, cucumbers, watermelons, bell peppers, hot peppers. I put down some beans. What else can I? Corn. I put down corn. What else can I grow? Strawberries. The boys been eating off the strawberry plant. They ate strawberry yesterday. And I like that too. I like that they can go out there. We get eggs out the coop. If outside of YouTube, if the lights were to get cut off today, we still could maintain because we've grown our own stuff and we have our own things. We can fish, we can hunt, and we don't have to necessarily rely upon the stores. It might be hard. It might be hard, an adjustment, but I don't think they miss a beat. I don't think they miss a beat. We still have plenty of books. We don't need the internet. We don't need TV necessarily. They got plenty of toys. They have plenty of things to occupy their minds. Plenty of things to build their minds and themselves. But while you got the shit you got, make use of the shit you got. Yeah, but that's it, man. We're going to rock out. I need to come back with Reading with Shalom. I did not read last night. We need to pick up in I believe it's part 7. Part 7 of the book. Africans in Colonial Louisiana by Miss Gwendolyn Midlow Hall. I'll probably come back and read a little bit of that. I'm going to go cook my boys some breakfast. I don't know what I'm going to cook, but they might want some French toast. We'll see. Some egg and rice. But, hey, man, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Make good choices. As long as you have breath to breathe, then you have all you need to succeed. And if I can open my eyes, then I'm going to get up and read. And I might share it with y'all. Hopefully I can share it with y'all and continue to share it with y'all. So let's be better, everybody. Let's work at being better. A better you, a better me, a better us, a better we, baby. That's what it's going to be. As long as we all be better. So shalom. Have a wonderful day. Keep pushing. Keep striving, everybody. Keep pushing and keep striving. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm out here. Shalom. Shalom out. Till next time.